And not only did you write this book, you wrote an article recently that I found interesting because there's been a lot of talk online about making friends at work, and you're talking about having trust at work and how you can still gain that between HR employees, between employees. So how can you explain this to us to have this trust, like we said, in a time where there doesn't seem to be a lot of it?
Yeah, yeah, I'm glad you asked about that, because I had fun writing it. I firmly believe that HR's great role that it plays in an organization is as a diplomat. And a diplomat must be respected on both sides of the aisle. So whether that is employer, management, C-suite, etc., you have to be respected and likable there. And your frontline workers, you have to be respectable and like there, because there will be days where you need to advocate for both sides. Maybe there are things going on in your organization that senior leadership needs disseminated across the organization. Well, it will go a lot further if you already have that trust and credibility established. And then there will be times where employees have concerns and valid concerns that they need management to know. And employees need to know that they can come to you, and trust that you will be their advocate. And so I think that diplomat hat that you wear as an HR professional is an important one for your long term career success and the influence that you will have on an organization while you're there.
And that makes me think about the many times over my life and friends' lives that you always hear the terms, don't tell HR they're not going to do anything. HR works for the management. HR works for the company. They're not going to do anything for you. It's going to fall on ears that aren't going to help. So I guess what are those tips for these HR leaders to show that trust, like you're saying? Because I feel like a lot of employees really don't trust that. They just think, oh, they're going to always take the side of the company, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's no one magic pill that will do it other than to get the book, of course. But what I would share is that it's a multi-pronged approach, and I do talk about this in the book. But you want to be seen as credible, so you've got to understand the business that you're in. So if you're in hospitality, you've got to know hospitality. If you're in manufacturing, you need to know manufacturing. If you're in healthcare, you should understand healthcare. You shouldn't just understand your job as an HR practitioner, but you've got to understand the industry that you're in. And that's no different of an ask that you'd have of the marketing director that you would recruit and hire into the organization. They may have marketing skills, but you're going to prefer the one who's got experience and awareness about the industry that you're in. And so I just say let's look in the mirror, have that face to face with ourselves and say, do we know the business as well as we should? That is going to bring the credibility. Another thing that you can do is it's the old principle of management by walking around. So many times HR, sometimes we can be in our office, or if we're in remote environments, we can be at our desk and our away message is all the way up. Well, start showing up, start being present. Meet the employees where they are, meet the managers where they are, meet different department heads where they are, and understand what makes them tick, what drives them to succeed, and see how you can help pull levers in your organization to help everybody accomplish their goals. So I think you've got to be present, and I also think that you've got to understand the business that you're working in.